Hello and welcome to the Older Republic tutorial on the user interface that came out today with update 1.2. This is Jay Onassi and I'm going to work with you on learning how to use your user interface and how to adjust it to some new and cool settings. The first thing you're going to do is go to your game menu, the two little gears at the very top. Click that on. You'll see a new button to click. That's the interface editor. You'll see a whole lot of choices come up right away. Normally you'll probably see main HUD when you click this on. What you want to do is click the drop down list and click all, and then you'll be able to see all the windows to see what you want to move around. You'll also see enable movable secondary window. You definitely want to toggle this on if it's off in your UI. This will let you move around secondary windows like your inventory or your character sheet window, which is a great thing if you have multiple windows popping up, say in a conversation and you happen to have an inventory or a character sheet up at the same time. So once you've made those, you want to look at global scale. This adjusts the size up or down of all the elements. Okay, you can make them really tiny if you want. I have old fart eyes, I can't see them that tiny. You can also make them huge. Okay, toggle them all the way up to 1.25 if you really feel the need to make them all that giant size. Mostly what I do is I toggle mine down to 0.9, and then I will change the individual size of the windows that I really want open, and like the cast bars and things like that. So now that we've done that, we're going to hit save, and that will save it as our user interface. This user interface will carry over to your other characters too. You just have to click, your personal one, which I have named as Karth 1. There are other choices like it's extended quick bars, retro, default, so you've got a lot of choices available to you. I'm going to customize mine because I like to have a very customized user interface. Another way that you can open up your UI is to come down to your quick bar here. There's a little plus sign right above this little lock. Click that. You'll see interfaces, extended quick bars. You can see that they've all come on now. Retro, which gives you some very interesting options that may be very workable for you. Your default, again there, which is the one we've been working with for the last few months. And then you can open the user interface again. So you have that choice there. I'm going to go back to Karth here. I'm going to enable movable secondary windows. I'm going to knock the global scale down to 0.9. I am going to save that. And I'm enabling movable secondary windows again. We're going to save that. I guess it's saved as Karth 2. Now let's go up to the social window. That's the one that lists your Republic fleet, your friends, guild, your mail. You can make that as big or as small as you want. I don't need it gigantic. I do need it a little bit bigger than some people might. 0.9 is a little bit too small for me. 0.95 probably is going to work better. And then I'll save that. The next thing I'm going to do is move my experience bars. I don't need them way down at the bottom. I also don't need them to be humongous. So I'm going to move them way up to the top here, and I'm going to scale them way down. I mean, if I really want to know what's going on with my experience, I can toggle over it and it'll tell me how much experience I need, and that'll take care of that. The alpha determines how dark or how light that item shows up. I leave it at the default 100%. The same thing with your social center. If you toggle the alpha down to like 0, you won't be able to see it very well. So you may want to leave it up at 100% again. If you like it more dim because you play in a very dim lit room, you may want to turn it down for that. Alright, let's go on to moving around our quick bars and getting them in a position that works well for you. The first thing you'll notice is that you don't see quick bar 2 if you've got the default screen on. That's because it's not enabled in your default settings. So what we need to do is enable all the quick bars that you want to have enabled, and then move them around to where you need them and resize them, make them horizontal or vertical as you like. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is move all this other stuff out of the way, like the holocom. I don't need that. Player frames and cast bars I'm going to move out of the way because I'm going to enable some of these other quick bars, and I'm going to move them all around the place. Okay. Response wheel. The response wheel is that dialogue choice wheel. You're going to put that wherever you want to, where you can see it easier. Combat state. That's the one that determines whether you're in combat, whether you're in a danger area, or whether you're in a safe zone. That's got the little gold eye or the little red gun. So whatever works for you, you can put it wherever you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stack all 4 of my quick bars. And because I like them at the bottom where I can read, I've got bifocals. My bifocals are set down in the bottom, not at the top. Same with my chat box. I'm going to set that down as soon as I'm done messing with my user interface. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is take that main quick bar. Again, we're going to enable movable secondary windows. I'm going to scale these way down because I want to be able to stack all 4 but still be able to see my character's feet. So I'm going to drop them down to about 0.8. I'm going to click enabled because I want them to be enabled. The number of slots, I'm going to choose all 12. I like to have as many skills on that bar as possible. I'm a clicker, I'm not a hotkeyer. Slots per row, that determines how many you can put. If you click 6, your main quick bar is going to look like 2 rows of 6 there. If you make it a 1, it's going to make it vertical here, as you can see. I'm going to turn it back to 12 because I want it horizontal. Show background is on. Next, I'm going to choose number 2, quick bar 2, and again I'm going to knock the scale down to 0.8. I'm going to leave the alpha on at 100% because I want to see it real well. I'm going to click enabled on that. Number of slots 12, slots per row 12, show background. I'm going to dock that right underneath the other one. Unfortunately, there's no good way to dock these, so you just kind of have to line it up by eyeball there. Alright, let's add quick bar 3 down at the bottom. You'll notice here that it's vertical, and again I'm going to scale it down to 0.8 because I like them smaller. Alpha again is 100%. Number of slots is 12. Now you'll notice to make it vertical it's the slots per row 1. I want them horizontal, so I'm going to make that slots per row 12, and then I'm going to dock it under bar 2 there. Show background is on, and save again. Let's go to quick bar 4, which is over on the right. You'll see that that one's still vertical too. We're going to scale it down to 0.8 because I don't need to see them real big. Again, number of slots 12 because I like the max. Slots per row to make it horizontal. Make it 12 instead of 1. I'm going to dock that way down at the bottom. Again, you got to kind of eyeball them to line them up. Whatever works for you there. Some people will probably get a ruler out and actually measure it, and that's okay. Whatever works for you. Alright, now we've got all those enabled and showing the backgrounds, so I'm happy with those. Let's save it. Now let's move our player and target frames around. I like mine a little bit smaller. I don't need to see a giant picture of me, so I've scaled that down to 0.75, and I've enabled it. Now if you want to flip it horizontally, you can. If you like to have it on the other side, you can move it over there. I actually like where BioWare had put it, so I'm going to put it back right on top of the skill bar there. And dock it right on top of bar 1. Target frame I've left in the same position, scaled it down a little bit. You can show the effects on the bottom, so that if you want their buffs showing at the bottom, you can. Say you want to have it their portraits near the top of your screen instead, you might want the effects on the bottom in that case. You can show information text on their buffs if you want. I'm going to toggle that on just to experiment with it. You can do display with no target if you want. That'll keep their face off if you want that. I like to leave it on so that I can actually see it. Now, target cast bar. I'm going to stick that right above the target window, but I'm going to make that nice, being able to see the target cast bar, because I do a lot of interrupts as a consoler. So the bigger the better in terms of being able to see it. You can click flip horizontally if you want. That'll let you, flip the cast bar horizontally in case you flip the portrait horizontally too. I'm going to leave it as is, because that's, I like it the way it is. Now we've got the response wheel. We can move that back to the middle where it's out of the way of your movie when it's running. And I like to scale mine up just a hair so that I can see the choices more quickly and more easily. I'm going to leave the alpha at 100% so I can see it, and we're going to save that. Your player cast bar can likewise be moved down. I'm going to scale mine down just a little bit because I don't need my cast bar actually too huge. And I'm going to dock it right on top of my portrait there. I don't need it flipped horizontally, so I'm going to leave it that way. Again, click enabled to make sure it's on. Leave your alpha at 100% so you can see it well, and you're good to go there. Space combat portrait. I don't do a lot of space combat, so I'm going to move it up top here and get it out of the way. If I do space combat, I'll just toggle that size up so I can actually see what I'm doing, but I'll keep it out of the way there. Again, click it to enable it. You can flip it vertically if you want, and for those of you who like that, I'd say go for it. Now, the companion, because I got to get that out of the way, because I like to have my chat box down. Again, bifocal thing, I've got to be able to read. My bifocal is in the bottom of my glasses, not the top. Having the chat at the top drives me crazy. I am going to put my companion bar way down by my skill bars because I do, again, I'm a clicker, not a hotkeyer. I'm going to scale that down quite a bit. I don't need a big companion bar. I've already got his skill bar still on the side here. All I need to be able to do is see him, to click on him, so I can actually make that pretty small.